poorly written instructions are a quiet but very real drain on your time. I've got a whole video on it that you can check out. But right now, I want to give you one simple thing you can do this week, possibly today, that will immediately show you exactly where your instructions are falling short. Find someone to follow them. Not just anyone. The right person for this job is someone who has exactly the knowledge a brand new hire would have, and no more. Let me give you a concrete example. Say you are documenting the process for weighing and recording the product that goes into a color treatment at a salon. The ideal candidate for this exercise is someone with the hairstyling training to understand what color mixing actually involves, but who has never used your specific salon software before. That's your sweet spot. Someone who already knows your software is going to fill in gaps from memory without even realizing they're doing it, which means you won't find out the gap exists until your actual new hire falls into it. On the other end of the spectrum, if you can only find someone with no salon experience at all, that's okay too. They might flag things that would genuinely be clear to someone with the right background, and you can safely set that feedback aside. Better to get a little extra feedback than to miss something important. Now, before this person sits down with your instructions, be very clear about what you are asking them to do and why. Tell them, I am specifically asking you because you don't already know how to do this. That is the whole point. Your job is not to figure it out. Your job is to follow these instructions exactly as written and make a note every single time something is unclear. Being upfront about this matters because otherwise being handed a task you don't know how to do can feel like a setup. It isn't. You are asking them because their fresh eyes are genuinely valuable. More valuable for this purpose than the eyes of someone who knows the process inside and out. As for what counts as unclear, keep it broad. You want them to flag a step that seems to be missing, a button or field they had to hunt for on the screen because nobody mentioned where it was, jargon that assumed knowledge they didn't have, a step that was technically there but showed up in the wrong order. Anything that made them pause, backtrack, or guess. Again, better to get feedback that turns out to be irrelevant than to miss the feedback that really matters. Now, please really hear me on this next part. When you get that list back and see how many things got flagged, and there's probably gonna be things, I do not want you to feel badly about it, and I don't want you to get defensive about it. Writing clear process documentation is a skill. It is probably not something you have ever been trained on. And here's a little secret. This exercise is not just for first drafts by first-timers. I do this. When I write instructions for a client, I still hand them off to someone completely unfamiliar with the process before I call them done. And when a client brings me instructions they've written themselves, going through this exact exercise is part of the work we do together. Finding gaps isn't a sign that you did something wrong. It's a sign that you're doing something right now. So don't be upset by the feedback. Be glad you have a clear, easy next step. In the next video, I'm going to talk about a common mistake people make instructing people how to perform a task. These folks think they are taking a shortcut, but they're actually just making everything harder. Check that video out here.